I'm Jay Taylor. I'm the editor of a newsletter called Jay Taylor's Gold, Energy, and Tech Stocks. I'm here at the Metals Investor Forum. It's January 18th, 2020, and I'm here with Corco. He is the chairman of Sitka Gold Corp, and he's also a director of the company. Thanks for joining me again. Good to see you
Thanks,
again.
Jay.
And I've actually picked you, along with the other Metals Investor Forum newsletter writers on my radio show. I picked you as one of my two top picks, because you have a very, very small market cap, and yet you have 3 drill-ready properties. And certainly the first one in Arizona looks like it's pretty high probability success drilling, I would expect. Tell us about that. What is the nature of that project? And what do you plan to do this year with it?
Yeah, Jay, well, thanks for having me. The Arizona property, Burro Creek Gold property, I've known that property since back in the 80s. We were going to put it in production back then, and the price of gold dropped, so it got shelved and went back to the underlying owner, and Sitka's been able to make a deal to acquire it. We've financed in November last fall to raise money to actually go there and not only verify some of the old historical data, but there was a more recent geochem survey done over the projection of that vein to the south that shows a trace gold-silver anomaly that extends for 1.3 kilometers to another vein to the that outcrops down there, and we believe that that's an extension of the Burro Creek Gold vein. So our project right now, we released some assays yesterday, and they pretty much validate the historical results. And now we've stepped out into the corridor of that geochem anomaly, and we're pretty excited with just seeing what results we get in that corridor.
Good news, yeah.
And based on that, we'll make decisions on our next move there. So that's our exciting, you might say, brownfields project.
I know you don't have a 43-101 resource. It's a historical resource on the previous work. It's not compliant right now.
That's correct.
But could you give us an idea of just, in general, a range of what kind of grades might be anticipated, or is that too forward-looking?
Well, not really, as long as we qualify it as forward-looking. Historically, grades of up to an ounce per ton gold and 24 ounces per ton silver over 3-4 feet is not uncommon in some of those historical drill holes. But overall, I would say more of an open pitable resource of around 1 gram in gold and 45-50 grams per ton silver. So it's a broad range because there's been many pulses of hydrothermal activity through that vein system. It's an epithermal system, and that's very typical for it to have high-grade sections in it.
So you'll have to do, obviously, more drilling there to verify the past, and then. So what did you say the size of this is it geochem anomaly, or?
Yeah, it's a mobile metal ion geochemical survey that was done that tests the potential for gold and silver mineralization below the cover rock, and it came back with a 1.3. The entire length of this survey came back with a gold and silver anomaly that pretty much you can draw a line from the existing Burro Creek vein, known outcrop, to the other end of the property there.
So now you're going to start drilling the new target.
We're already drilling.
And you're drilling now, and we can
now.
expect ongoing drill results coming out?
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what we like.
That's the plan.
We want good ones, of course. So you're gonna no, you can't promise anything.
No,
Mother
of course
Nature
not.
hasn't
Yeah.
revealed her secrets yet.
Yeah.
So now you have, that's one of 3 projects. So the second one, I think you're going to start drilling fairly soon. That's in Nevada. That's a Carlin-style target, and that's of course a lower probability, I think, but it has a chance, and it could.
It's higher risk for sure.
Higher risk, but a bigger payoff potentially.
It's right in the heart of the Carlin district. I mean, it's second richest endowed gold area in the planet, and structurally, all the ingredients are in place there. We're pretty excited that the intersection of this anticline, the Garden Valley anticline, where the projection of the Cortez trend that has 50 ounces of gold discovered to date, where they intersect, the lower plate carbonates appear to be preserved at a mineable depth. They haven't been drilled. Structurally, this interpretation is fairly new, and we're already permitted to drill there with our BLM permit. So it got coined the moonshot property by a Toronto broker, and really it is, because you're in a very highly prospective environment that there's huge multi-million ounce gold deposits all around.
Oh yes, that's
so yeah, it's a different kettle of fish than Burrow Creek Gold Property, but very well. I mean, we couldn't pass it up.
And you've got a program already figured for a plan for that?
Yes, we've got 11 drill holes permitted, and that'll tell the story for sure.
Wow. So that would come. When might we expect those?
We're looking at probably closer to the end of February before we get the drill there.
Okay, so then after that, but these are fairly deep holes, I suspect. And
they're 1,000 to 1,500 meters.
Right.
I would say that we're looking at probably using a rotary drill for the first 1,000 feet to get to the lower plate, and then a core drill.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at.
So you've had a lot of history up in the Yukon, I believe, and you have RC property is one that you picked up. Tell us a little about that.
Yeah, the RC Gold property, it filled our criteria because there's a recent road cut through there. Before that, the logistics didn't work, but it's right in the heart of the Tombstone Gold Belt. That's part of the Tintina Gold Belt. But this Tombstone Gold Belt, it hosts the Victoria Gold Eagle deposit that's in production. It hosts Burry Creek's, or Golden Predator's Burry Creek deposit that is permitted to go in production. And there's a deposit there at Red Mountain that I was instrumental in discovering that is privately owned now. So I know that area really well. And with this new road coming in, we ended up acquiring this property, doing some initial work, including geochemistry, soil sampling. And we've outlined 6 different intrusion-related gold deposit targets that we're really excited about drilling and investigating. One of them is 2 kilometers long and about a half a kilometer wide. So it's a big footprint there. And then we just acquired the ground next to us that increased our land package by 10 times.
Wow.
And it's also got the same type of geological environment. We're really excited about looking at a large land package to explore there now.
Yeah. And when might drilling begin there?
We're looking at probably June, July.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to dry it in the summer. You need to drill there.
Yeah, we can go in there earlier, but we're going to be pretty tied up
with the other projects.
With the other projects, and
Yeah.
Up there, things are really nice and dry by the end of June.
Right.
You can get in and build your pads.
So your market cap, again, I think this is very important for people to realize. It's minuscule. What's your share price, the number of shares out again?
Well, we got 30 million shares out. Our market cap is like 5 million.
That's incredible. That's incredible because
we own 25% of the shares, just the management.
Yeah, right.
That doesn't include friends and family and everything. And
well,
I think that
I mean, if there's cheap stocks, but then there's cheap stocks with some promise and potential, and it seems to me the market just isn't recognizing the potential upside that you have, not from one, but from 3 properties.
Well, I agree with you.
It's crazy.
But
this is it, and this is why you're here talking to me and why you're at the forum. It is a reason I considered, on a percentage basis, why I think you could be one of my top picks this year.
Well, I'm really rooting for you that you're right.
I'm sure you are. Yeah. And so money-wise, you're okay to go through with your program, or you'll need to raise some more?
Yeah, we raised 1.1 million a couple months ago in November. And we're okay to get started on this, but we're always looking at raising money down the road. We don't have any money allocated for the Yukon yet.
Yeah.
And with this bigger land package, it's going to change how we want to approach that.
Sure, you're going to.
So, and hopefully at higher levels.
So you'll probably be doing a lot of surface work on that too before you start to delineate drill targets.
You know what? There's 18,000 soil samples on that property.
Oh, already?
Yeah, and so a lot of the work's been done, and very little drilling on anything. From what we can tell, about 20 drill holes on a land package that is 300 square kilometers. So, it gives you an idea. It's just a lot of blue sky there, and a lot of the like I say, the preliminary work has been done. It's a matter of compiling that data
Yeah.
and giving it some serious look.
Well, you sure have a lot for investors to keep their eyes on, and I'm really looking
Yeah.
forward to those press releases coming out. I think the best thing to do is to rely on your own press releases. You'll send them out to your subscribers,
Oh,
the people that
absolutely.
sign up. So I
Yeah.
really look forward to it. Thank
Thanks,
you so
Jay.
much, Cor.
Oh, you're
It's
absolutely
great,
welcome.
Great to talk to
Thank
you again.
you.